Hello everyone, welcome to the online classes of biology for class 12th. Today we'll take up chapter 6, molecular basis of inheritance, and the topic is RNA and its types. Now the learning objectives for the session: introduction, RNA structure, functions, types of RNA. That means after completion of this session you will be able to get a better understanding of all these topics. Now about RNA or ribonucleic acid. As you are able to see that it is a single stranded structure. RNA was the first genetic material. There are some important biochemical reactions in the living systems that are catalyzed by RNA catalysts and not by protein enzyme. DNA has evolved from RNA with chemical modifications that make it more stable because RNA, being a catalyst, was highly reactive and unstable. Now about the structure of RNA. RNA also is made up of nucleotide, as nucleotides are the basic building block of nucleic acids. As it is RNA, so the basic building block is ribonucleotide. A nucleotide has three components: a nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, which is ribose in the case of RNA, and phosphate group. Nitrogenous bases are of two types: purine, adenine and guanine, and pyrimidines are cytosine and uracil. The sugar, which is ribose in the case of RNA, has an additional OH group on the second carbon position. The ribonucleosides and ribonucleotides are present in RNA. Ribonucleosides are sugar and base, and ribonucleotide is sugar, base, and phosphate group. RNA is a ribonucleic acid that helps in synthesis of proteins in our body. This nucleic acid is responsible for the production of new cells in the human body. RNA resembles the same as that of DNA, the difference being that it was a single strand, and unlike the DNA, which has two strands and it consists of a ribose sugar molecule in it. Hence the name ribonucleic acid. RNA is also referred to as an enzyme as it helps in the process of chemical reactions in the body. Now about the functions of RNA. RNA is involved in a variety of functions within the cell and are found in all living organisms, including bacteria, viruses, plants, and animals. These nucleic acid functions as a structural molecule and are involved in the catalysis of biochemical reactions. The different types of RNA are involved in various cellular processes. The primary functions of RNA are: it facilitates the translation of DNA into proteins. It functions as an adapter molecule in protein synthesis. It serves as a messenger between the DNA and the ribosome. It carries the genetic information which is transcribed from the DNA. It promotes ribosome to choose the right amino acid which is required in building up of new proteins in the body. Now about the types of RNA. There are three types: messenger RNA, which provides the template for transcription; transfer RNA, which brings amino acids and reads the genetic code; ribosomal RNA, it plays a structural and catalytic role during translation. Translation is when the RNA forms protein. All the three RNAs are needed to synthesize a protein in a cell. Ribosomal RNA is the component of the ribosome and are located within the cytoplasm of a cell where ribosomes are found. The ribosomal RNA is primarily involved in the synthesis and translation of messenger RNA into proteins in all living organisms. The rRNA is mainly composed of cellular RNA and are the most predominant RNA within the cells of all living organisms. Now about the messenger RNA. As the name itself indicates that this RNA is responsible for carrying the genetic information to the ribosomes and insist as to what kind of proteins are required by the body. Hence, it is called messenger RNA. Usually, this RNA is involved in the process of transcription or during the process of protein synthesis occurs. Now about the transfer RNA. The transfer RNA is held responsible for choosing the correct proteins or the amino acids required by the body, in turn helping the ribosomes. It is located at the endpoints of each amino acid. This is called soluble RNA and it forms a link between the messenger RNA and the amino acid. In the figure, you are able to see that there is a secondary structure of transfer RNA, which is clover leaf model, and it has 4 arms and a short arm. At one end, there is a site where the amino acid get accepted or attached. So that site is the 3' end and it is called as the amino acid acceptor site. You are able to see that there is a loop which is termed as the anticodon loop. So this is the basic structure of transfer RNA. From the very beginning of the proposition of code, it was clear to Francis Crick that there has to be a mechanism to read the code and also to link it to amino acid. Because amino acid has no structural speciality to read the code uniquely, he postulates that presence of an adapter molecule that would on one hand read the code and the other hand would bind to the specific amino acid. The transfer RNA, then called the soluble RNA, was known before the genetic code was postulated. However, its role as an adapter molecule was assigned much later. Now, how the transfer RNA acts as an adapter molecule. Transfer RNA has an anticodon loop that has bases complementary to the code, and it also has an amino acid acceptor N to which it binds to amino acids. Transfer RNAs are specific for each amino acid. For initiation, there is another specific transfer RNA that is referred to as an initiator transfer RNA. There are no transfer RNAs for the stop codons, and in the secondary structure of transfer RNA, it has been depicted that looks like a clover leaf. In actual structure, the transfer RNA is a compact molecule which looks like inverted L. So, this is the basic information about RNA, its function and its different types. I think we have achieved the learning objectives for the session.